Building it brick by brick.
But see, we've ignored the history of the Native American people and what our own government has done to the first peoples here. So it's been easier for us to completely deny that our government has never really been about the fair and equal treatment of all people, even though those are the ideals that we have set forth on paper. Many European settlers also attributed the death of so many Native Americans to the hand of God smiling or working positively on their behalf to give them the land. The war was, in fact, a major turning point for Native Americans who were struggling to stop white settlers from encroaching on their land. Chief Justice John Marshall observed that Christian European nations had assumed, quote, ultimate dominion, end quote, over the lands of America during the Age of Discovery. Remember, we talked about the Doctrine of Discovery and the Age of Exploration and the Age of Discovery in the very first episode. Now we've come full circle from the dawning of the Age of Discovery with Christopher Columbus and his ilk all the way to the United States of America and the U.S. Supreme Court. In 1830, President Andrew Johnson signed the Indian Removal Act. Yes, there was a piece of legislation actually called the Indian Removal Act. Most members of the Cherokee Nation were forcibly removed from parts of North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama, and that is what we know today as the Trail of Tears. Being moved to these isolated, barren areas of the country, their ability to maintain their communities, their ability to hunt, fish, and gather food was severely restricted. Illness, starvation, and depression remained a constant companion for many. So they would take children from their families, Native American children taken from their families, very frequently forcibly, because the goal of these boarding schools was to kill the Indian and save the man. Did you know that the 14th Amendment did not apply to Native Americans? It didn't. And it would provide them with certain legal protections, such as the right to a trial. Well, of course, nobody wanted that. You can't let people whose land you're trying to steal be able to take you to court. It wasn't until 1924 that Congress bestowed citizenship onto Native Americans. All of this led to the formation in 1968 of the American Indian Movement. But I am saying that the plight of Native Americans today is a direct result of all of this history I've been talking about over this past, what's it been now, 4 weeks. Native Americans are actually disproportionately more affected by police killings than black people. The federal government is still stripping Native people of their land. Exploitation of natural resources threatens Native communities. That's why I even had this discussion, because we just saw this at Standing Rock. So you see, history does absolutely prove that Standing Rock is not new. What was done to the Standing Rock Sioux in Cannonball, North Dakota, has been done to every single Native American tribe and indigenous people in the Americas since the Age of Exploration. Because you see, when we ignore the abuses that our government commits against one group of people, it is only a matter of time before our government comes after us. I will be starting another series very soon on a topic that is causing so much havoc in the world today, neoliberalism. I'm going to try my best to break that thing down and take it apart brick by brick. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night.
Building it brick by brick.